Hey, what is up, everybody? Today we're going to be doing a video on a common question I've been getting lately. I've also been wondering this myself, so I looked into it a little bit. And the question is Sword Fights in the Heights going to update again? And so, really the only way I could think about about doing this is by essentially looking into his social media profiles. I've tried getting a hold of him on Twitter. He won't respond. So, first off, I started with his Roblox account. There's nothing here. I went to his inventory, I went to his models to see if he had come up with any new models or anything, but it appears he hasn't for a very long time. So, the Roblox account, nothing. There's nothing. So, I next went to his devforum.roblox account and I didn't find anything on Sword Fights in the Heights, literally anything. But I did find this recent post on July 25th, and he is working on a new game. So he's working on a game that's not Sword Fights in the Heights. Basically, there will be a giant table of trivia questions with stats. Basically, a huge array of objects that look like this. And so this isn't Sword Fights in the Heights. That kind of is very telling. When a developer makes a game, especially Shedletsky, he works on like one game at a time for the most part. At least that's what I've seen. That's kind of a bad sign. Next, I checked his Twitter. Now, this was very difficult, guys. Okay. He has the most cringe Twitter I've ever been on, I've ever had to scroll through. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying that because it's cringe. Just remember the things I do for you guys. Anyway, I found nothing. The only thing I found was, let's go down. And it was on August 1st. He posted this. It was a 700 player server, Sword Fights in the Heights test. Now, he also did this back around the same time he first updated Sword Fights in the Heights again for the first time in years. And then he did it again. And just to be clear, guys, no game can have this many players on it. What he's doing is he's trying to get his game popular again, basically with free advertisements, which is kind of smart, but that's what he's doing. Just to let you know. That's it. That's it. There's nothing else. That's the only thing I could find. I scrolled down his entire news feed for the most of the year, like all of the year for the most part, and it's really sad that I did that. But yeah, he makes no mention of his game. Now, what we're gonna go talk about is, you know, back in 2016, like I was talking about, I had some old videos. If you guys have been on my channel for a while, you'll know that I have been making videos for ever since 2011. And back here in 2016, I started playing Sword Fights in the Heights a little bit again. And I remembered joining up on Sword Fights in the Heights right after the game was updated when Shedletsky last updated it. And so I actually have my video right here. He said that, guys, this is why I'm making the video. I asked him, did you fix the jet boots yet? And he said, not yet. So, guys. Yeah, so I asked him if he's going to fix the jet boots, like you just heard me say. And he said, not yet. So that entails that he's going to. And then also, it might be very difficult to see, guys, but up here you can see his name. And he says right here, they put this game on Xbox One without telling me. And then he says, so now I have to fix it, lol. So that's the whole reason why he came back and fixed his game. Now, for those of you that don't know, back in 2016, there was an event that happened where Roblox was basically in a scandal, quote unquote, where the news got a hold of, like a mother got a hold of this news company, this news agency, this media conglomerate, and told them about how this pedophile on Roblox had been trying to, meet or get pictures or chat with this person's daughter. And so the media had a field day with it. And ever since then, Roblox, that's when they implemented the hashtag system, the filtering system. And so the way they implemented it was they basically told developers, you have to go into your game and enable this filtering system, or else we're not going to recommend your games for anyone anymore. That's what Roblox did. And so around this time, they also did the same thing, but in a different way. So on console, this was around the time they introduced Roblox to console as well. I think it was probably a while before this, but essentially there was a lot of games where a developer could go onto their game and say, yeah, my game can work on console for sure, just to get more visits. Now, Roblox stopped that from happening by forcing developers to make their game playable on console and to make it a smooth experience on console, or else Roblox is going to stop recommending that game for console players. So basically, they're forcing you to make it actually work for console. So that's why Shedletsky is here right now on this clip back in 2016 fixing his game. That was the whole thing. That was the whole reason. The whole idea behind fixing the game was just for that. Now, understand, guys, this game back in 2016, for 3 years, we didn't have an update. For 3 years. And Shedletsky only updated it because of the console guidelines. Now, we're in a similar situation now, but it's been 4 years. So this was the only time he ever updated the game back in 2016. And then afterwards, he didn't update for 4 years until recently. That's why so many people have been hyped. That's why I've been making Sword Fights in the Heights videos again, because he actually updated after 4 years. However, I just want to, this is a very important point, how he says he was planning on fixing the jet boots. And then I also have footage of this guy on the game. He says, I know this guy named Jaffrey. I used to know these guys. He has working models. He has working jet boots. You should contact him. Shedletsky totally ignored it. So basically, this is proving that Shedletsky doesn't care that the jet boots are broken, even though he said he's going to fix them. Guys, jet boots are not in the game anymore. He took jet boots out. They're gone. He has not. It's as simple as getting a model of jet boots off of the models page and introducing them into the game. It's as simple as that, but they're not there. Either he just totally wants jet boots removed, maybe he's going to replace them with another item, or maybe he's just lazy. I don't know. But jet boots are gone, so there's that. That right there, basically, that supports the idea that he's not going to be updating Sword Fights in the Heights again for a while, if he can't even introduce jet boots again. So a little while after that happened, this video, all of this happened, I have another video where basically the same thing happened. I was playing a lot of Sword Fights back then, and I was, trying to get into a server, and I noticed all of them were shut down. And then I noticed Shedletsky in a server alone, so I joined up on his server, and then he left pretty quickly, and then I made this video right here. So all he did for that update, guys, after 3 years, all he did was make the game suitable for console players, so it continues to get recommended. And, well,
so, I joined in hopes that there was a great new update. Guys, my fellow sword fighters, today, Sword Fights on the Heights has forever been changed. There is a fucking in-game shop.
So, for those of you guys that know me well, you know that I hate the Sword Fights in the Heights in-game shop. I hate it. This is why. Because dedicated players of this game played this game for 3 years with no updates, only to have Shedletsky jump in saying, oh, I'll fix this, I'll fix that. He didn't fix anything, and he added a shop, and then dipped. So now, it's even worse than that, guys, because if you used to play this version of Sword Fights in the Heights, you'll remember that back then, before he updated to introduce the shop, the swords, everything worked. Everything was perfectly as is. The swords were working fine. After he updated, when you had any sword that wasn't a shop sword and you slashed, you know how you can double click to slash, you would pause, you would stop. Basically, your character would stop moving as you slash. That's not normal. You're supposed to be able to continue moving when you slash. Now, Shedletsky deliberately made it so the shop swords don't pause and stop you in mid slash, because that incentivizes people to buy the shop swords. See what I'm saying? So not only did he add a shop for the first update in 3 years, but he made the shop swords pay to win. He basically ruined the game. That's why I quit playing Sword Fights in the Heights, guys. That's why back in 2016 I made a few videos and stopped. because of this. In conclusion, though, because I mean, it took him 4 years to update again. And if you guys have seen my recent video, which I'll link in the description, or I'll have a card up on the top uh, right of your screen, go watch that video if you want to know what the new updates are to this game. And it took 4 years for him to come back and slightly fix the game, only to leave the biggest bugs in the game and to introduce a major game breaking bug. It took him 4 years. So essentially, guys, in conclusion, it looks like he's not going to be updating anytime soon. I would love to be proven wrong, of course. I would love it if he would come and update, you know? I really wish he would actually take care of this game because it has a. I have never seen a game on Roblox in my 11 years, almost 12 now. Actually, in 5 days, it will be 12. I have never seen a game with such a tight knit community and such a passionate community than Sword Fights in the Heights. This tiny ass little game. I've seen a lot of good communities in games, but nothing like this. And he should cherish that, and he should really, I think, fix the game instead of updating every 5 years. Just know that whenever he updates, it's to make more money. That's essentially it. He's a capitalist to his bones. And if you don't agree with me, I would go read his Twitter. It doesn't look like he's going to update soon, just going off of the past and history. History tends to repeat itself. So there's that. I hope he does, though. Go watch my most recent video if you want to know what bugs are still in the game, what bugs are new to the game, and what updates he did. That's in that video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry I haven't been uploading a lot. I have a lot of work in college. I'm spending 40 hours a week in college right now and 20 hours a week doing work. So I'm very busy. I'm also working, mainly on my main channel, which is, this is a shameless plug right here, but this is my main channel right here, guys. I've been doing the majority of my YouTubing on this channel. Highly recommend watching it because I go in depth with studies and various news that's been happening recently, like the California wildfires, the Western United States mega drought that we've been in for 2 decades. Highly recommend watching this channel, guys. It is my pride and joy. I'm going to be putting most of my time into this channel right here, Justice for All, and then the other part into my gaming channel because the world is burning and I want to be able to say I did something good. Yeah. Really appreciate you guys watching though. Like I said, check out my main channel if you'd like to. Go watch that recent video if you want to see the updates. I have a lot of videos, guys, from the last decade plus. Highly recommend watching them if you want to. If not, I just really appreciate you joining up and watching this video. Stay safe. See you guys next time.